My name is Daggeroon. I run this item workshop. My children and I can't thank you enough for saving our Ez.
Honestly, he kinda saved us.
Who's to say who saved who? Call it a mutual rescue.
Don't give yourself too much credit, geezer. Who sprung the lock?
Well,
Either way, thank you for seeing him back here safely.
so these kids are all yours, old-timer?
Well, not by blood, but they're my children, all the same. Orphans are a sadly common sight here in the outskirts, I'm afraid. I do my best to look after them.
I see.
So you've taken them all in.
They are the light of my life.
Light of your life, eh? Even Ez?
I adore them all dearly. Here in this item workshop, I teach them my trade. Many of my children have gone on to become renowned craftspeople, and Ez here happens to be the best apprentice I've ever had. In fact, he may have very well surpassed me already. He's a true genius, he is.
Oh, Pops, you're making me blush.
Is that so?
Genius craftsman, huh?
Big bro, come here. We need you now.
What is it this time? Can't do anything by themselves.
I can't repay Ez for all the trouble he's gone through for the workshop. Truth be told, he was essentially arrested so that the rest of us wouldn't be.
How did Ez get arrested anyway?
You see, there's a large association of item makers and sellers in the capital. They're known as the Guild.
Sounds ominous.
The Guild often copies our inventions and sells them under their own label. But the Guild's products are shoddy imitations of the children's work. Ez ran afoul of them, and so the Guild accused Ez of copying one of their designs, which was, of course, his own. The royal police got involved, but they didn't listen to anything we had to say. Oh, if only Princess Cheryl had been there like she was before, then this never would have happened.
Cheryl?
I know it sounds strange, but Princess Cheryl personally saved us before. It was quite a surprise for us, too. To think the princess would take our side. She even vowed to expose the Guild's fraudulent activity someday.
A real princess of the people.
I never would have guessed.
The light Ez saw.
Ez, we've got trouble! The Guild is coming!
Startled, Ez snapped out of his chair. He looked out the window of the workshop and saw a number of grown-up shadows approaching. He watched a few audacious men help themselves to items arranged around the shop. Everyone at the outskirts item workshop knew how oppressive the Merchants Guild from the capital could be. They also knew how much abuse their modest workshop, built by Daggeroon and the children with passion and care, had suffered at the Guild's hands.
Hey, don't touch those!
But Ez's bravery was in vain. One of the men threw an item to the ground. Crash! It landed with a deafening crunch.
Hey, Ez!
One especially vicious-looking guild member called out to the boy, his face a mask of contempt.
Daggeroon still sick?
What? You here to deliver a get-well card or something?
Yeah, something like that.
The man grinned for a moment, then whistled. At this signal, a band of royal police rushed into the workshop. Weapons in hand, they quickly encircled Ez and the other children.
Why? What are the police doing with the Guild?
Though hesitant at first, Ez now shouted to defend his comrades.
What kind of scam are you running here?
You're the ones running a scam, you brats.
What?
The guild members now milled around the workshop, moving dramatically as if putting on a performance.
We reported you to the Royal Police. They know you've been plagiarizing patented guild designs and making tons of money off of us. Now we're here to make sure justice is served.
But that's nonsense!
Ez's fists trembled with rage.
You've got it completely backwards. Listen, it's the guild that's been copying our stuff. The guild copies our items and sells defective rip-offs.
Ez took one of the items crafted by the children and held it up.
Look closely. This is one of ours. It's crafted with care.
Ez handed the item to the captain of the police.
I see. Yes, this should be all the proof we need.
Ez nodded confidently at the captain's words, but then the captain looked towards the gathered guild members and winked before he continued.
This sure seems to support the guild's claims.
Hey, wait a minute. What are you saying? Our items are the real thing.
Ez scrambled desperately for another item to show the officers.
Please, take a closer look.
But the royal police continued to ignore the pleas of the children.
Sirs, perhaps this is going a bit too far.
Daggeroon coughed as he stepped slowly into the room.
Pops, no, don't come in here.
Ez ran over to Daggeroon. The old man laid a gentle hand on the boy's shoulder, then stepped forward in front of the guild and the police.
If you must interrogate someone, take me. I am the one who put the children to work. They were only following my instructions.
But a guild member curtly raised a hand to cut off Daggeroon's words.
You just love to cause trouble for the Queendom, eh, Daggeroon? There's nothing but lowlifes here in the outskirts.
You've got that right. Children or not, distributing such defective rubbish throughout the Queendom is a crime that mustn't go unpunished.
A royal police officer shamelessly replied. Ez felt his fists shake with rage once more. Daggeroon taught the children of the outskirts how to craft items as a means of survival. He'd always said that using their own talents for the sake of others would eventually come back around to help them. For many of the outskirts children, Daggeroon's workshop was the only place they belonged.
I knew it! You're all in on it together! They bribed you, didn't they? Only crooked cops would get into it with a guild like this.
Stop it, Ez.
Daggeroon said quietly.
But this is all wrong!
Ez desperately pleaded with Daggeroon.
It will all be okay. Leave everything to me.
But, Pops, you're not well. Please, don't do this. I won't let them take you away from here. Never!
Stay back, Ez. I need you to look after the other children,
said Daggeroon firmly.
This item workshop is hereby seized by the Queendom of Vibra.
Enraged, Ez pulled an item from a nearby shelf.
You lying, guilty rats!
Ez threw the item hard at one of the officers.
You brat! That's obstruction of police operations!
A police officer grabbed Ez by his arm and lifted him up.
Stop it! Let go of Ez!
The other children began to follow Ez in protesting against the adults. They sent a volley of items towards the guild members and police, which burst and sparked in the air over their grown-up heads.
Stop this at once!
A dignified voice, unlike the roars of the adults and the cries of the children, echoed through the room. The voice belonged to a young woman, yet it was commanding enough to suppress the commotion in an instant. She walked to the center of the workshop. The young woman had never been seen in the outskirts before. However, there was no mistaking who she was. She stood gallantly and alone, without any guards around her.
Princess Cheryl!
One of the police officers gasped. Though he'd heard her name, Ez had never seen Princess Cheryl in the flesh before.
Can you stand?
Cheryl asked, as she reached down to the boy.
Yeah.
The princess pulled Ez back to his feet with white-gloved hands.
Are you really the princess?
I am.
She replied.
A certain someone suggested I spend more time out among my people. So, here I am. It appears there are indeed many things of which I am unaware.
Cheryl smiled at the children.
I believe what you say. I have always thought that the Queendom should better credit the craftsmanship of the outskirts.
Princess Cheryl.
For reasons he couldn't express, Cheryl's words brought Ez to tears. Princess Cheryl's mere presence had rendered everybody else in the workshop speechless.
I have also heard reports of defective items in the Queendom. However, judging by the quality of the items in this workshop, it is clear to me which side is telling the truth.
The gathered guild members attempted to stammer an explanation, but Cheryl cut them off with an order.
Withdraw at once. Royal Police, you are to leave as well. I will not permit such a farce as this.
A beautiful light shone out of the princess, filling every corner of the workshop as she issued her resolute commands. At least, so it seemed to Ez.
My workshop still stands thanks to Princess Cheryl. But once she was out of the castle, the guild returned with the police.
I see.
Relax. They'll put me in the Colosseum, and I'll come home with loads of cash. Then he laughed and said he'd say hello to the princess for us.
Princess Cheryl is being held captive right now. We're on our way to rescue her.
What was that? Princess Cheryl's in trouble? Why didn't you say so before? I'm coming with you.
To save Cheryl?
Why else? I owe her big time.
Think it through, kiddo. She was just doing her duty as princess.
That's not true. It's more than that. Princess Cheryl's on our side. I know she really likes us.
Ha! Someone's got a crush.
Cram it, you filthy old man.
I don't expect bratty is the princess's type, kiddo.
Captain, grow up. Ez, listen. If we're gonna find Cheryl, we need to fix this warp device first.
Is that all? Hand it over. I'll have it done in no time.
No, we need more than just skill to fix this. We need the toy box. And to get there, we need to get to my house, which is somewhere in the city.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get going right now. Wait. How do you not remember where your own house is?
There's a lot of things I don't remember.
Whoa, you have amnesia? I thought the geezer was useless, but you really take the cake.
The filter between your brain and your mouth could use some repairs.
Anyway, Princess Cheryl's waiting. I bet your house is in the town center. Luckily, I dug a tunnel that'll lead us right there to test a new invention. Follow me. We'll get there in no time.